Netflix really believed people would be perfectly fine with their new Cleopatra docu-series. It's like they expected people to be okay with their historical revisionism, and of course, we aren't. The trailer has gotten absolutely destroyed. There was a petition with over 85,000 signatures before it was removed for allegedly breaking community guidelines on change.org, and now Netflix is hiding by turning the comments off on their YouTube video. I have a few different things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. So I have talked about this in two other videos, but to, recap the situation, change.org has removed the petition calling on Netflix to cancel the race-swapped Queen Cleopatra docuseries due to historical inaccuracy. Now, honestly, I can't really say that I am surprised that Netflix tried this. They are willing to do anything to get more eyes on their content, and I feel like they knew this was going to infuriate people, that this was going to cause a massive controversy. And of course, I'm sure some of the people at the company go by the motto, any press is good press. But when you have to start shutting comments off on your YouTube videos and you're basically hiding backlash and criticism, that's when you know you have royally screwed up. So, it says in the latest proof that denial is not just a river in Egypt, change.org has removed a campaign calling on Netflix to cancel their recently announced Queen Cleopatra docu-series due to its blatant historical inaccuracy on the grounds that it supposedly violated the public petition platform's community guidelines. Now, this isn't just a entertainment series, this is a history series, right? They want you to watch this to learn more about this individual, this historical individual. But unfortunately for, us, or maybe some people out there who do not really know Queen Cleopatra's story, it's not accurate. I mean, they decided to race swap her, and that just means that they're making drastic changes to this person's past. It says the second entry in producer Jada Pinkett Smith's African Queen series, Queen Cleopatra, will set out to tell the story of her, the world's most famous, powerful, and misunderstood woman, a daring queen whose beauty and romances came to overshadow her real asset, her intellect. This is so insulting to this famous woman because while yes, her beauty and her romances are something you do hear about and learn about when you are, hearing her stories for the first time, but her intellect was a massive part of her as an individual. Her intellect is what set her out from all of the other women at the time. But of course, they want to play that down like nobody really knows how smart she was. Yes, we do. Now, in my other videos on this subject that will be linked down below, I talked more about her background, but of course, Cleopatra was not a black woman, she was a Macedonian Greek, having inherited both her heritage and her throne as the queen of the Ptolemaic kingdom of Egypt through her blood relation to the founder of the empire, Ptolemy I Soter. Now, of course, they decided to try and promote this series, put it on Twitter, put it on YouTube, and it backfired. Heading on over to the YouTube trailer, it is currently sitting at 1.8 million views, 21,000 likes to 233,000 dislikes, but Netflix is now silencing any criticism because they have turned the comments off. They should just shut this trailer down in general. They should cancel this show, in my humble opinion, because there's no reason to release it. It's not like this is for entertainment purposes. No. This is supposed to be a docu-series. They expect people to learn about Cleopatra in this while providing, false facts. They practically erased over 24,000 comments, and I do understand that there are bad apples in every bunch, and people were leaving distasteful comments on this, but people are reacting in a way that shows how upset they are by this. They could make a series like this that highlights other prominent, say, African women in history, but instead of doing that, they are taking a name like Cleopatra that everybody knows, and they are changing her backstory, and they are twisting it around. I mean, even Jada Pinkett Smith's grandmother is part of this, someone who knows nothing about history, saying, well, I imagine her as a black woman. That's great, you can imagine her that way, but it's false. Now, heading back to the Bounding into Comics article, like I mentioned, Change.org removed a petition calling on Netflix to cancel this series, and it had only been up for 2 days, but it had over 85,000 signatures, and, the platform is claiming that it violated community guidelines. But just adding all of these things up, us as consumers, we don't have a lot of ways to voice our unhappiness with this series now. We can go to Twitter, but of course, Netflix isn't going to check their Twitter. Clearly, someone at Netflix is watching their official YouTube channel since they shut the comments off. I mean, clearly, the petition must have been mass reported. Maybe it will end up being put back up, but either way, Netflix is really trying to silence us right now, and it's not working because the dislikes are still on the trailer. They could shut the likes and dislikes off, but of course they're not doing that yet, and we can go to Twitter and we can voice how unhappy we are with this, but they are really trying to basically just get us to shut up, consume this product, and move on to the next. Of course, Netflix has done this before. I've talked about Bridgerton, specifically Queen Charlotte. They decided to race swap her, but I view that differently because Bridgerton is not supposed to be something like a docu-series like this. It's not supposed to be time period accurate, as it is a loose representation of a certain time period, and of course it is a fictional series with mostly fictional characters, so I do view that a little bit differently. But they've also done something like race and gender swapped characters in Vikings Valhalla, so they know what is going to face controversy, they know what is going to upset people, and they probably knew that this was going to piss a lot of people off. But yeah, Queen Cleopatra, the plot thickens. Netflix has officially shut the comments off on the YouTube trailer, and there's still really no big updates to the petition. Maybe it will end up getting put back up, but at this point in time, we just don't know. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.